The empire Liu Bang inherited was unified, but it was not healed. Years of war had emptied fields, scattered families, and broken trust in authority. Victory alone could not secure the future. What mattered now was how power would be used after survival was assured. Liu Bang ruled under a new name, Emperor Gaozu of Han, but he did not pretend to be flawless. He knew the limits of force because he had lived within them. Why he matters at this moment is not brilliance or conquest, but restraint. He understood that the Qin had fallen not because it unified China, but because it ruled without flexibility. The early Han court faced an immediate dilemma. The centralized system created by Qin was effective, but feared. Total rejection risked fragmentation. Total continuation risked rebellion. Liu Bang chose compromise. He retained the commandery system to keep the empire intact, but he also restored limited kingdoms to trusted relatives and allies. This balance was imperfect and dangerous, yet it bought time. Taxes were reduced, labor demands eased, harsh laws were soft. For the first time in decades, ordinary people were allowed to recover. Key figures shaped this fragile order. One was Yi Ah-he, Liu Bang's chief administrator. He preserved Qin legal codes but revised them with mercy. Another was Cao Shen, who believed stability came from not over-governing. These men mattered because they understood that order did not require constant pressure. Yet compromise carried its own cost. Kings granted land grew powerful. Rebellion soon followed. One by one, Liu Bang was forced to suppress uprisings led by those closest to him. Each victory strengthened the central state, but also reminded the court that trust had limits. After Liu Bang's death, power passed not to a strong ruler, but into careful hands. His widow, Empress Lai, became the most influential figure in the empire. At this moment, it is important to understand who she was. Empress Lai was not a general or philosopher. She was a survivor of chaos, determined to protect her family's position at any cost. Her rule stabilized the dynasty but deepened tension. Political rivals were removed. Power concentrated within her clan. When she died, backlash followed swiftly. The Lei family was eliminated, and authority returned to the Liu line. From this crisis emerged a new model of rule. Emperors Wen and Jing governed with restraint. They lowered taxes further, avoided major wars, and trusted local administration. This period later became known as the rule of Wen and Jing. It was remembered not for conquest, but for recovery. Population increased. Agriculture expanded. Wealth returned quietly. The empire did not grow outward, but it strengthened inward. For the first time since unification, stability lasted across generations. But peace created its own problem. A strong, wealthy empire invites pressure from beyond its borders. To the north, powerful nomadic confederations watched and waited. The question facing Han was no longer survival, but response. This is where the story pauses. The Han Dynasty had learned to rule through balance and patience. In the next chapter, that balance will be tested by forces it cannot ignore, and the empire will be forced to choose between peace and expansion.